The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
My guest, what can I say? Stu, thank you for this one. I've been looking forward to this ever since Stu put me in contact with you. Miss Renee Michelle, how are we doing?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Honestly, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I'm doing well. We're getting rid of or trying to get over this crazy weather of a hurricane.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it on the news. Is it really as bad as what it's making out?
Yeah, not in my area, but like some other areas is absolutely bad.
Yeah, I remember messaging you last night and I said, "Are we still good for tomorrow?" And you're like, yeah, as long as the hurricane keeps off.
Yeah,
But
the Wi-Fi and the power like kind of like went out like a few times yesterday and the day before that. So it's like, and like few places in Florida, there's floods and trees falling down and how apartment houses it's Florida.
yeah, but other than that, I'm glad you're okay and safe. So that's the main thing.
Yes.
So where do we even start? You have been in the business, like you mentioned, 11 years. What are some of the highlights of your career?
Oh God. I did the Mae Young Classic, the first Mae Young Classic when I wrestled against Candice LeRae. And that's when I just got back from Japan. So I was out in Japan and I was trained. I was her first foreign student that she ever trained, which is Chikusa Nagio. And Chikusa Nagio, she was former tag partner of Lioness Asuka. They were known as the Crush Girls. But back then, she had a company called Gaia. And now Gaia is called Marvelous. So I absolutely love it there. It will always be my second home. Chikusa, she wants me to come back to Japan. Eventually.
Definitely something you've got to do. Go back to Japan.
Yeah, I love it there. It all depends if my husband will let me go back. He doesn't want me to be gone too long.
You mentioned about your husband being gone too long. Doesn't he go out as well?
Yeah, but over in Japan, I'll be hard to be gone for about like 3 to 6 months. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the Mae Young Classic. Let's just have a little throwback photo here.
Oh God. So that gear was an inspiration between a mixture of Japan and being part Native American. So I had the feathers in my hair, obviously, but let alone on top of that, the gear was somewhat kind of like Japan inspired from being over there. But I had a lot of fun.
Awesome. And you mentioned, for people who don't know, who is your husband?
Oh, so he, in the UK and also in TNA, Impact TNA, he went by Rockstar Spud, and in WWE, he went by Drake Maverick.
Yeah. He is quite, how tall is he? Is he, I want to say, 5'6"?
We're both little people. See, I'm 5'3". And a lot of people,
5'4".
Because I have a shorter torso and longer legs, and I always wear heels. So a lot of people assume that I'm taller than him, but he's actually an inch taller than me.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So even when you're wearing heels, he's still taller?
Oh, no, I'm taller than him in heels.
See that for a bloke, that is like the worst thing that could ever happen. A wife being taller than him. And I know my wife is taller than me by an inch.
Yeah. Actually, he doesn't mind it at all. He loves it.
Does he?
He's very comfortable within his own skin.
That's good. So my wife said to me that she loves a man who can, grab her by and hug her. That's what she loves. And then I'm tall, I'm small, so it's like I'm hugging.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's okay. Maybe get keep practicing.
Yeah. Your time, you also appeared in WWE. How did that come about?
With the 24/7.
Yeah,
So,
look at the photo here.
oh God. Oh God. So that one was when I was injured, and the day that I got cleared was the day that I was in the ring wrestling against R-Truth and Carmella. But during the time when I was injured, I blew my ACL, MCL, mental meniscus.
Oh,
What can you what can you say is wrestling? But I was in recovery, and in the process of me recovering, I was also planning our wedding. So in the midst of it all, my husband and R-Truth, they were doing, the whole 24/7 skit or whatever, during their thing. And I get a phone call from my husband asking, can WWE film, the wedding and stuff. So here I am thinking, okay, it's probably me like Sarah Logan's, like how the way they made it all nice and a package and everything. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? But I did not know the details during that time. And I think like a lot of fans, they get confused or dirt sheets. They like to kind of like stir the pot, which, do you, whatever, clickbait. But they can't seem to separate the person from the wrestler,
yeah.
So as Renee Maverick, because during the time in Mae Young Classic, I was Renee Michelle. But because, Renee Michelle is actually my name, my birth name, they had to change it to Renee Maverick. So Renee Maverick was a disgruntled wife, always not happy, the wife that always, whatever. And then me as Renee at home, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But I guess how that happened was I get a phone call from my husband. I said, okay. I did not know the details of it until 2 hours prior to me walking down the aisle. And
Wow.
then, yeah. But me, like actual me, Renee at home, I'm like, well, shit, I don't care. It's like, what person have their actual wedding, on WWE?
Not
So,
many people.
exactly. So I'm all for it. But in the midst of it, of course, I had to be like the disgruntled wife and whatnot, because that's how I got thrown in. I wasn't even supposed to like be in it.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
I guess like
so
Vince, he saw me and he's like, "We'll throw her in," because I think like they was gonna have like R-Truth wearing my wedding dress, but it wasn't like a white one or anything. They saw like the dress, and the dress is like a red cathedral gown. So I had the dress made in England, So I had like a combination of a British American wedding.
yeah,
I want something that represents, where James come from. I want to have something that represents where, me, and everything else like that. So the dress was like 20 pounds, it was heavy
wow.
because it was like double the corset, double the petticoat, and it was just heavy and long. And it's like a cathedral gown, not like a ball gown or, a small dainty thing. It was just long.
Hmm.
So, I guess when Vince saw me and he was like, throw her in, would she be interested? So they asked me and I said, sure. So that's how I came into play,
Yeah,
and it was after the wedding.
yeah, 100%. And that's crazy. And I
Yeah.
think it's good how you mentioned you want James to have his little British roots
Yeah.
and for you to have your American roots at the
Yeah.
wedding. That's good.
Well, yeah, like, like for a party there, like the bouquet, I like Casablanca lilies and peonies, but I saw like over when I went to England, over in James Country, they have like, astelbes and myrtle. So I add like that into the mix, and then, that saying like something white, something blue, and a sixpence in the shoe. Like I did all
Mm.
of, and then, like different things that like his mother would like tell me what they do in their wedding and stuff. So we did all of that. So I wanted to
Yeah,
have like a both.
that's amazing. And without a shadow of a doubt, one of your happiest days of your life.
Yes.
And I'm happy for that.
Thank you.
Did WWE? I mean, you don't have to answer this, but I'll ask. Because you made a fair few appearances in WWE. Was it a pay per appearance? Did you get paid for doing it?
Of course.
Awesome. I mean, I'm not going to ask you for the amount because that's nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I don't talk about money, you know.
Money
But
talks these days.
huh?
Money talks these days, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you know, one thing I try to steer away from is money and politics and religion.
Yeah, that's fair point. Fair point.
Yeah.
What's some of your husband's favorite work that you've seen over the years?
Oh gosh, I would say if you ever watched the match with him and EC3 over in TNA when they
Yeah,
wrestled each other, that was like really good. And then I came across like he showed me like some of his old stuff that he did with Progress before
yeah.
like TNA. That was amazing. You know,
He
but
came out
yeah. But then I also absolutely love the stuff with like him and our truth was doing too.
pretty much what he's very. He's not just not great in the ring. He's really good in the ring. He's good on the mic. He he's like a little underdog, not just
Oh
because of his height.
yeah.
He
He overcome the odds. Like, you
yeah,
know, you're in the land of giants in wrestling. So
and he's got emotion as well. That video that he posted when he got released, and you can see in the emotion and how much it meant to him. Not that he got
yeah.
released, but how much WWE meant for him. And then he came back without a contract in the tournament, got to the
Mm,
finals,
yeah.
lost. And then Hunter came out and gave him the contract. That was a bittersweet moment, and that's one of my favorite moments from him, as well
Yes.
as the EC3 match.
Yes. Yeah, I absolutely like that as well. Like he like a lot of people are like, oh, it's a rib. He didn't get fired. He actually really did get fired, you know.
Yeah,
But you know, what a lot of wrestlers fail to do, they tend to like either not really do anything in that moment when people are getting released, you know,
yeah,
and let things be or disappear. But my husband, he took the opportunity to ride the wave. So while everything was in high emotion of people getting released, he then boom did that promo and then
he
said
did.
it, put it out there. So sometimes, even though a lot of people go like, "Oh, that's like he must have got signed or whatever," he didn't really get fired. He really did get fired, but I think because that video created so much momentum, you know, they're like, "Oh, we messed up."
Mm,
So they're like, look, initially he was supposed to do the tournament, but they fired him, you know, but they gave him an opportunity, like, like you could still do the tournament if you want to. It's up to you. So he took that opportunity and run with it. But he didn't expect to have like another contract out of it. He
yeah.
just thought right off into the sunset and that'd be it. But you know, they turned around.
The time that he did get released as well was COVID,
Yeah, it was a hard time.
and that yeah, COVID was a hard time for everyone, and that he got released as well.
Yeah,
And the fact that he obviously everyone was inside, locked up in their own little bubbles. And like you mentioned, that video got a huge buzz. And
yes,
I think the only time that I've seen get buzz after that, like something was the Cody movement earlier this year.
yeah.
But prior before that, I mean, you hear the dirt sheets for it a little bit, but the amount of support he had for that video is unreal.
Oh yeah, like I'm so proud of him. And I didn't like we thought like maybe nothing would have come of it, but the amount of support that everyone showed, like fans, family, friends, people that we didn't even expect, you know, we're forever grateful.
Yeah. Is this something that you would want to have done with him? Team up a lot more, like maybe win a championship with him?
I mean, it will be great, but at the same token, is like I think we all know um where we lie on the cards. if that makes any. And some people are not okay with being in certain positions, but you have to make you have to make the best of it.
Yeah. So we know he's on the creative team for the Raw brand. If that's
Yes,
correct.
correct.
What was the conversation like? Him coming home and telling you, "I'm now being asked to do creative. What do you think I should do?" What was the conversation like?
It was a pretty good conversation. You know, we had to be realistic because obviously, as much as we would love to wrestle forever, you know, it's not like we're in our like teens or 20s or anything to continue on doing it. And I wouldn't want him to have, body issues because I've seen like a lot of the older wrestlers, how the way they walk and be able to sit down and the injury throughout the years. Like this business is supposed to have longevity, but unfortunately it does take a toll on the body. So when he came to me about this position, as much as he loves to wrestle, he felt like this will be good for long term.
Yeah.
And it's still in wrestling. It's still in WWE, which he absolutely loves. It's just now he helps, upcoming talent.
Yeah.
It's kind
He
of a way of like giving back.
100%.
Yeah.
And do you know what makes this so special for me? He's from Britain.
Yes.
So it's like British is also part of WWE.
Yes.
So that's good for me because as a fellow Brit, and he's from Birmingham.
Yes.
Yeah, Birmingham. What can I say about that place? Different
I
accent.
like Birmingham. I don't understand what's like the hubbub about it.
It's just different accents, isn't it? So you got Birmingham, you got Dudley, you've got every little where else around it, and they all sound a little bit different. He's lost his accent though, hasn't he? He sounds very posh, I think.
No, he brings it out when he's around others.
He
It
brings
comes
it out.
He's like stuck with it for days.
Yeah,
And then I have to tell him, like, wait a minute, you gotta slow it down for me. Like I'm trying to keep up and understand.
yeah. But honestly, as I was saying, what makes it so good is he's from Britain.
Yeah.
So for him to, like you mentioned, give back as well as like you mentioned before we even went on, he's been wrestling for 23 years plus, and that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. And if you think about it, like how many times have you like thrown your body in against the mat and all over the place? It's like eventually catch up to you.
I mean, he's been wrestling 23 years. You've been wrestling for 11 years, so that's 35 plus years nearly together.
Yeah.
What would you say the biggest thing you've learned from your husband?
Oh gosh, I wish I had his brain. The psychology and the storytelling is like, less is more. But also on top of that, like I know we're in an era where a lot of people want to do like 100 million flips and stuff or whatever. I enjoy the storytelling. So I'm still learning from him as of today, but yeah, like he had me, like when we moved to Florida, he had me like, okay, like, yes, you have the experience, but I want you to brush up or whatever. So he had me go into flatbacks and being trained by Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears, and then of course I made my way over to like the dungeon as well, being in the ring with, Natty and TJ. And then of course now, sometimes I pop up over at Fighting Spirit, which is owned by Jack, James Drake, and Pete Dunne. So it's like being able to like pick their brains in all different schools. I absolutely love it. And I kind of like the style too.
Yeah, I mean, you're showing up pretty much everywhere at the moment. You just recently showed up in TNA wrestling.
Yes.
How did that come about? I mean, TNA is this year has been killing it. The partnership with WWE is really good at the moment.
Yeah, so TNA, they reached out to me. They were in the Florida area. They asked me would I be in. in a tag match wrestling against Spitfire. And those girls, they're phenomenal. They like when I got, hit by them, I'm like, okay, they're snug, but they know what they're doing. They're really lovely girls. They're very strong, that's for sure. Spitfire, they definitely live up to the name of it. That's for sure. It was Danny Luna and Jody Threat.
Yeah. He's cheated
Luna
in
came
some.
from the
Sorry.
UK.
Say
Danny
again.
Luna.
Oh yeah, she is. She's
Yeah.
from Wales, I think.
From where?
Wales, I think.
Yeah. I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Hey, we both could be wrong.
Yeah, but she's definitely from the UK.
Yeah, and I think like Jody Threat, she's from like Canada.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's definitely an interesting blend, but I feel like they both complement each other very
Yeah. Differences mixed, don't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I absolutely had a blast being in the ring with them.
Yeah. Is there anyone from the TNA roster that you would like to step in the ring with that you haven't?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, I wouldn't mind Gail Kim coming back into the ring.
Oh, I like that one.
I wouldn't mind like having a one-on-one match with her. I definitely would be interested in like Jordan Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Not, because she made a whole transformation and like which is amazing. Huh.
Masha.
Oh, Masha Slamovich. Her and I we haven't wrestled. And she also trained over at Marvelous as well.
Wow.
So yeah.
Just get prepared for the suplex.
Right? It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was
TNA is
those
killing
three.
it.
Huh?
TNA is killing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't also mind like having like a one-on-one match with Spitfire too.
Yeah.
With both. Yeah.
Triple threat.
Or it could be one-on-one, like I could wrestle against Jordy Thread, or then I could wrestle against Danny Luna.
Either way, anything with you in a match will be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I feel like they could bring it out of
Oh, definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
For you to be signed somewhere, what does it have to take?
Well, I'm very much of a homebody. So it has to be very real, like I said, like, the income wise, but like how everyone travel in WWE, like their schedule. And I only had that little bit of like experience being with my husband during the whole 24/7. The schedule was insane.
Yeah.
So I think like if the conversation ever come approach, then I have to really, really think about it.
I mean,
But
TNA could be an option.
yeah, but it's like I gotta figure out how often do they travel. So I'm like, you know.
Yeah, but they do tapings, don't they, as well?
Yeah, they do, but they also travel as well.
Yeah, very true.
So like, with TNA, AEW, WWE, they have quite an interesting schedule. I would say for me being over at WWE, the schedule was like, wow, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it's like you kind of get caught like the last minute. You go like, hey, can you come here? And I'm like, oh God. And then you're rushing to get on a flight.
What is one company that you would love to, if you got a call tomorrow morning from any company, what would it be?
Oh gosh.
Right now in the wrestling world?
Right now, I would say it would be WWE. Solely because my husband's there. And then, well, of course, we have friends there. Most friends are there. But, or like over at NXT.
Yeah.
I'll start off with that. but that's just me, you know. But a little on top of that, like, I don't know. I haven't really really thought like, I want to get signed or this, that, and the third. Like, I always wanted to go to Japan, and that was like my mindset when I first got into business. It wasn't really WWE, AEW, TNA, like it was Japan. So since I done that, I'm like, well, I got that off my checklist. Then what else? You know, but as far as like financially wise and, you know, how things are in the way of the world, I would say WWE.
WWE is where I think WWE in the last 18 months,
Yeah.
since a certain someone is no longer there, I would
Mm,
say it is a lot better.
yes.
And you can just see it with a product. It's just so much better.
Yeah. And you know what? Like that certain someone like I met, he's been very professional to me, you know. It's kind of wild and everything, you know, with finding out a lot of stuff. But that certain someone is like, you know, we shook hands. He was professional. I can't say anything about the man, you
Yeah.
know, besides God's smock of everything that I found out.
Have you had the chance yet to watch the series? Well, is that something you will be doing?
I will. I do want to be watching it like soon. You know, it's already out like on Netflix, so probably like tonight I'll be able to
Yeah.
like binge thing. Like what's really crazy because my husband he watched it without me.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? We were supposed to watch it together.
It's it's a weird one, that series. It's
Oh,
not. Yeah, I'm on episode 5, and there's 6 episodes, and
mm.
it's not really. It's more like a documentary. I know it's a Vince McMahon documentary, but it's more like a typical WWE documentary that you would see on like A&E or something.
Oh,
Do you know A&E? That
yeah,
like it's like
yeah,
it's just like a normal documentary from WWE. It doesn't tell us anything that we already know.
yeah. And that's the thing.
Pretty much.
Like nobody don't know. It's not anything that the fans don't know. It's not anything that the wrestlers don't know. So it's like, what do you, I don't understand why people have a lot of blinders on. Like, what do you expect? Like,
Tell me about it. It mentions the Montreal Screwjob. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I'm kind of spoiling it now a little bit. I do
yeah.
apologize.
Oh, don't worry. Like, I'm gonna end up watching it anyways. But it's like, come on, you guys. It's like, what do you expect? Like,
It just mentions the key factors of what's happened in the last 40 years, you know, the wrestling world, like the NWO,
yeah,
Hogan, stuff like that.
yeah.
It mentions Chris Benoit.
Oh,
Yeah, I was shocked at that.
I'm shocked about that too.
Yeah.
You know,
But yeah,
talented, unfortunate. You know what happened, what and he did what he did. Very, it's just,
yeah,
but they're crazy talented.
100%. It's just one good thing about this documentary is you never really see Vince open up or talk. He does talk in this series,
Mm.
so that's where it's good. But it's also just like I've just mentioned, a mini little WWE documentary telling us everything what we already know. Which I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, but you gotta kind of like stir the pot.
Yeah, the last 30 minutes I've been told is interesting on the last episode. That's all I'll say. I haven't seen it, but that's what I've been told.
And then
But
I
yeah,
gotta watch.
we
Yeah,
mentioned WWE,
but
TNA, haven't we?
hmm
You are going to be
yeah,
returning. Oh, sorry. What was you going to
I'm
say? I do
sorry.
apologize.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
No, my bad. I butted in. I do apologize. What was you going to say?
No, I also did like MLW as well.
You do. MLW
Yes,
is killing it at the moment as well.
yes.
I love their annual 40-man Riot Rumble that they do each year. I love watching that.
Oh, how do you like it?
It's one of them, whether that's Royal Rumbles or just people coming out. I love the surprises of the anticipation that what could happen. It's like Royal Rumble next year. Who could be a surprise? Do you know what I mean?
Well, you just never know what may happen.
Your husband.
Yeah, I would love for him to come back into the ring. Like him and I, we could probably tag with each other.
That'd be good. Has he ever told you that he may have that itch to get back in?
Have I ever told him to get back in?
No, has he? Sorry, I could have put that back. Has James ever told you that he's got the itch to get back in the wrestling ring?
Oh yeah, he definitely have like the itch. You know, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But it's like, you know, like him and I, we do roll around in the ring together. So he get like that itch, like, you know, get it out of his system and then he's okay. You know, but you know, like being in the ring with him is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an
Slowly,
unbelievable performer.
slowly I'll get there to his level.
Definitely will. You have an upcoming match this weekend against this person, Sexy Star.
Sexy Star, IWC. Yes.
Yes. Are you nervous for that match?
Oh, I'm excited for that match. So with Sexy Star, I met her when I went over to AAA, and we were in a tag match together, a triple 3-on-3, and it was against Las Tosicas. And I never thought in a million years that her and I would have a one-on-one match together, and I am so amped for it.
100%, it's going to be a good match. You also mentioned before we went on that you are, well, I know this anyway, but you are making a return to AAA.
Yes, I am. So I'll be in AAA in October this month. I can't think of it at the top of my head because I'm going to Mexico like 3 times.
Wow.
Like 3 or 4 this in October. So I know I'll be in Monterrey twice. I know they were asking me about Tijuana. I don't think I'm really available for that one. I'm not 100% sure. And then I know I'll be back in Mexico in New Mexico.
I mean, the life of a wrestler, eh? You know, travel back, forth.
Yeah, story of my life.
It's a very hard schedule in it being a professional wrestler because you never know. You get an email, you know, confirmation booking, you book it, you got a flight, you're back. You know, you're at home for 2 days, then you're out for 3 days, and you're back. It's forever constantly rolling, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and especially like, you know, like for me, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm doing the wrestling, but I also have like my full-time job. And then I'm also trying to prep for a bikini competition. And then I'm in the
Wow.
gym. Yeah. So it's a
You got a
lot.
lot going on.
Excuse me?
You've got a lot going on.
Yeah. So that's why it's like when you saw me earlier, I was like running all over the place. Like,
Bit of foundation.
yeah. Yeah. Like, let me put some foundation. Like, I just shower from the gym and everything else. And it's like, my hair is like this.
What's a workout
And then,
like for you at the gym?
oh gosh, I would say I'll be in the gym for about like at least 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. 45 minutes to an hour, that's the max.
No, because you got to get your cardio in. And then after that, you got to hit the weights.
Cardio can take about 20 minutes, then the weights, 40 minutes, you're done. 5-minute warm down.
I got to do high incline 40 minutes on the cardio.
Oh, I bet that hurts your legs.
My legs are dead to the world right now.
I bet they are. I bet you just sat there like that.
Yeah. But even like later and then in the evening, I got to do cardio again. So it's like double the cardio. Yeah, it's like double the cardio plus wrestling in the ring. That's an additional cardio. Then you're hitting the weights. Then you're trying to balance work. Then you're trying to balance schedule, flying around and wrestle. Yeah, I'm tired.
Well, what's the secret? I'm guessing coffee.
I wish I could have coffee, and that's the one thing I'm looking for once I do this competition, because I want my coffee and I want my creamer. And I cannot drink black coffee. Anybody that could drink black coffee, there is something wrong with you guys.
Black coffee is horrendous.
Oh yeah, to me it's like drinking dirt. I don't understand how anyone could do it. But
No,
my he likes his black coffee. Me, I like to have all the creamers in the world.
for me, coffee, 2 sugars.
Yeah.
And it's
See,
nice.
yeah. So either coffee with creamer or no coffee. So I have no coffee because I can't do it without the creamer.
Yeah, I love a iced latte. They're nice.
Yeah, a nice latte
Love
would be
them.
nice.
Love them. Love it. I might well make one.
Yeah, but I can't have it. I can't have it until after the competition. So pray for me.
This is your first competition, is that correct?
Yeah, it is. It is.
How long have you been
I'm.
preparing for it?
Oh gosh. So they've been kicking my butt for almost 5, maybe 6 months. And it's very much because I'm a foodie. So trying to like let go of certain foods, it was hard in the beginning. But then after I got into like a regiment schedule, it wasn't that bad. But then as it's getting closer, very much now, I'm starting to feel it all.
I
And
bet.
it's like you're kind of like eating like 5, 6 meals a day.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I eat 3 meals and I'm full.
Yeah, I would be full. So I struggle to get to the 5th and 6th meal, but before I was like 145, maybe 148 pounds, and now I'm 125.
Wow.
So it was like, yeah, she done wonders. Like she figure out like what type of foods like bloat me, or apparently, fats and carbs are my enemies. So
I
I
take
need a
my
certain, huh?
I take my hat off to you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
God.
Gonk to the world. If I look gonk to the world for the next 4, like everyone, I'm sorry.
I mean, like I've just said, take my hat off to you because I love my food. I can't. I mean, right now I'm craving a chocolate biscuit. I
See,
just
and
I
I want,
love food.
yeah, I like the chocolate biscuits. You guys have like really good biscuits with the tea.
Yeah. So we
We
know
had
your husband's British, don't we?
hmm?
Your husband's
I'm sorry.
British.
Yeah.
What is your favourite thing about Britain?
Oh gosh. So I like the history. Like I like going to like different like buildings and castles. I know he took me to the Warwick Castle. We went all over in London. He took me to the Black Country Museum,
Okay.
so it was kind of funny because it's like when he told me he was gonna take me there, I kind of looked at him crazy, you know. But when he explained it, it was like an old coal mine. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then I definitely got into like the food. Like you guys like the chips with the malt vinegar and salt. That
Yeah,
is my
fish and
favorite.
chips.
Yes. See, I haven't tried the fish, because I'm skeptical with the fried fish like that, the battered fried fish. Like,
Nice.
I think I have to be brave enough to try it. But the chips with the malt, vinegar and salt, I love. The scones with the cotton cream, I absolutely love. You guys, bacon, like the bacon there is so much better than America.
Yeah, because you Americans like cook it till it's like snap.
Yeah, but it all depends. Well, yeah. But you guys, bacon is like thicker.
Yeah.
And I think a bit more saltier too.
It depends. You can have unsmoked or smoked.
Yeah, or like the Yorkshire pudding.
You say again?
Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just wanted to hear what you said because I'm from Yorkshire.
yeah, the Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah.
It's
An American saying Yorkshire.
am I saying it wrong? Oh God, I'm butchering.
How's it go?
Yorkshire,
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, Yorkshire.
Honestly, I've never heard an American say Yorkshire. Love it.
Look, I'm trying.
It's all right.
But
So, what's the favorite thing about Birmingham?
I mean, like, I guess like some people say it's kind of like a rough area, but I don't think it's really much of a rough area, you know. Um, I like it. I, I don't think it's very like unique. And then I went to the Bull. What do you call it? The Bull. It was like a shopping district, and I guess there's like the Bull there. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like big shops and stuff like that. No?
hmm I'm pretty sure a lot of British people are probably gonna correct me. Go like, is this type of Bull?
Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
Yes, I did.
Do you like it?
I do.
Yeah, because that's filmed in Birmingham, apparently.
Yeah, they don't sound like a Brummie. I could be wrong.
Oh, good Brummy.
They don't sound like a Brummie.
Do a Birmingham accent.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely not.
worth a try.
Yeah, no. James could do it. He's
Oh,
from there.
well, of course he can do it.
Yeah, like once he starts talking like that, you can forget it. I cannot understand a word. I'm like, okay. I probably get like at least 2 words, but it's gonna take a long time for me to process like what did he just say?
Yeah, Birmingham accent, people do talk very quick.
Yeah.
It's like it's a weird thing in it, really, because when we're on about accents, if you think about it in the world, so it's like America, right?
Yeah.
You got people like in Nashville, or you got Mississippi,
This
or
accent.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mississippi or Nashville or I don't know, Alabama or that
Yeah.
region who
Yeah.
sound. I'm not calling them this, but hillbillies.
We're not hillbillies.
No, not hillbillies. You know what I mean, like Mississippi. Do you know what I mean? They sound very. But then, whereabouts are you from?
See? Okay, so you have country, like it's like country southern, you have the city, you
Hmm.
know, and then you have like Florida, you have like in Miami, like Miami, like little Cuba,
Yeah, you're from
little
Washington.
huh?
You're from Washington D.C., aren't you?
I'm from Washington. I was born in Washington D.C., but on my father's side, we're southern. We're like
Okay.
from Alabama and,
Oh
and
shit.
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Fuck.
So and then of course
I
like
do
my mother,
apologize.
no worries.
Oh, I did
So
not know.
that it's okay. But no, it's like no, we say like, okay, bless your heart.
Yeah. The accent is just a weird one because it's like where I'm from in Yorkshire. You go 20 minutes up the road,
hmm
then the accent's just completely weird. Do you know what I mean? But it's 20 minutes apart.
Yeah, I guess it's like it really depends, in the area. It's no different than America. Like if you go up into the city, people speak more city like for prime example, you have the New Yorkers or people how the way they talk in New Jersey or in DC or Maryland or Virginia, like the South, like Nashville, Alabama. Yeah, it's the same thing like, like in over in England, different
Yeah.
accents.
I do like people from Alabama and Mississippi and Nashville. They are the
Yeah.
best.
Or the Southern hospitality.
They're great.
Yeah.
Especially Renee.
It's okay.
I feel really freaking bad now.
Don't feel bad. No, I understand it. There, like everybody else in the world, and I'm pretty sure you have a few crazies in your set, just as well as I do.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I get it where you think about the hillbillies. You're probably thinking about like Duck Dynasty or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I do apologize.
Yeah. No, why you apologize? I totally get it. I'm just busting your chops.
That's good. I'm happy about that. Because the guest I wanted to get for ages, I've just called her hillbilly.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I've been called a lot of things, so it's fine.
But anyway, I do apologize for that one.
No worries.
We've been speaking about we haven't spoken about progress. You came over last year. I think you came over for, was it a month?
Yeah.
And that must have been good because you must have seen your in-laws and spent a little bit of time in Birmingham. You was
Yeah,
with progress.
they took very good care of me. I stayed with my in-laws, so we wrestle out in there's one place I forgot. I know with Birmingham, I know with London. Was it Sheffield? I think yes.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah. So I was out there too.
Yeah. Is progress something that you'd like to come back and do if you come over?
Oh, oh, absolutely. Progress is like, England is, because my husband, but also like progress is definitely like another home, like my third home. I have Japan, now I have progress.
Yeah. Would you ever move over to the UK?
I'm all for it. My husband, on the other hand, is like, I lived there throughout majority of my life. Why? I'm for it because, like, some of the homes and stuff, I guess how the way he feels is like a bit too small, you know, and he likes space. Where me, I think the homes there, especially like where my in-laws live at, I think it's very cute and dainty and I like it.
Cute.
But yeah, but you guys don't have like plugs in the bathrooms. That's beyond me. Like, how can anyone could blow dry their hair if there's no
Plugged in the
plugs
bath.
in the bathroom? Yeah,
Well, if you did come over here and you lived in a house, if you
yes,
decided to decorate the bathroom, you can put one in.
true, true, true. I wouldn't mind like living in like a place like probably like a cottage core type of
Birmingham.
style. Yeah, probably Birmingham or like somewhere in the field somewhere.
I live in the countryside.
Yeah, the countryside is actually very over there. I like it.
It's like a town, but it's not. It's a very small town, but it's countryside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little town, countryside. It's got a lot of fields and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's like like over in Virginia, my mother, like she have horses. So I like it like that.
Yeah, that's really good. When are you next over in the UK?
In the UK, oh gosh, I gotta talk with the boss man. When's the next time that I could we're talking about James and I we were talking about maybe going and visiting family, around Christmas, but we'll see if that works. I would love to. I would love to be able to like, catch up with everyone over there. But it really depends on our schedule.
Yeah. How does it work? Does he get like a set time off over Christmas?
Well, Father Christmas?
No, not Father Christmas. Like, does James get time off over Christmas? How does it work with his schedule and stuff?
I don't it's very crazy. When she signed the contract, you're belong to them. So
Well, but can't you book like leave like a normal job?
well, as long as you like book it like ahead of time. I don't know so much as for the wrestlers, but it really depends on the schedule. It really depends how crazy things are. Like that will be definitely a James question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What would you say the most rewarding thing of being a professional wrestler is?
Rewarding. Well, I definitely do it for the kids. The kids are absolutely adoring. Um, I do get to travel all over. So I met some interesting people along the way. So I would say, going to Mexico, Japan, England, Canada, all over US, I mean India. I even wrestled out in India. So it's like, yeah, like, I like the traveling aspect. I wish I could enjoy it much more, because usually like I have to like leave the next day or whatever, or the following day. But that will be definitely it. And then of course, because there's some new batch of female wrestlers that's coming in, and then like helping them and guiding them in the ring, and then like seeing how like, oh, like you're a baby, like welcome to the business. But
Yeah,
that gives me joy seeing like, definitely like a new batch of girls coming through, for the next generation of female wrestlers,
Brittany
and then
Brooks is
seeing them,
one.
huh?
Brittany Brooks is one.
Yeah. And seeing like, them trying to make their mark in the business and everything. So I like that.
Yeah, that's good. And because
Yeah.
they look up to you as like a mentor and stuff like that, they pick your brew. So I bet that must be good for you.
Yeah, like I didn't think that anyone really would, but I guess like my husband, he always tells me like, Renee, like for you not signed, you accomplish a lot, and a lot that people either know or don't know. Like, you worked with every major big promotion there is, and you did WWE as well on top of that, and you traveled and this, that, and the third. So, you know, for me, I guess that's why it's like, do I want to get signed or not? Like, like I've done it, but I'm really not quite sure.
It's got to be the right time, on it?
Yeah, like very right place, right time. But I'm just right now. I'm just enjoying myself.
It's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I see like a lot of the girls and guys are like so eager, like, oh, I got to get signed now, and this, that, and the third, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, just enjoy it. Everybody's journey is very different.
You're right about that one. Just enjoy
Yeah,
it. Just enjoy
like
it. Just be there. Take it in. No rush.
yeah, like my husband, he didn't get signed to WWE until like 20 years later. Like I mean, for a female, Mercedes Martinez, she didn't get signed until like what, 15, 20 years later as well.
Mm.
Everybody's path is different. Some people are going to get signed earlier, some people are going to get signed later in life. You just never know. Like, there's no point of beating yourself, you know, up, trying to trying to drive yourself crazy about being signed. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
100%. So, who is your Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling?
Oh gosh. Does it have to be four? Like,
It does.
my Mount Rushmore. Fit Finley.
Okay.
Okay. I will go with HBK.
I like it.
And I will go with, now I gotta go for women. So Chigusa Nagio.
Hmm.
And I will go with Meko Satomura.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I always see. I always ask that people, and they always. Some people give me, the obvious. Like someone mentioned last time, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. The big ones. But I like
Yeah.
it when people do like one big one, and then you
Yeah.
mentioned Finlay. No one said that, and then you mentioned some Japanese wrestlers. I like that.
Yeah.
It's different, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Fit Finley, he's awesome. But
Who? Sorry. What is you've got your competition coming up? You've got obviously wrestling, AAA. See wrestling sexy star this weekend. What else is coming up for you that you haven't announced or that you can announce?
I think I've been more focused like with the competition, because I had to like cancel quite a few a week before the competition, because I guess as you get diet even more crazy, you're less prone to for injury. So I just rather kind of on a standstill for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we will wrap it up with an inspirational message from Renee Michelle.
Oh, inspiration. Oh, I don't like, gosh. Don't dim your light to make somebody else's brighter.
That's very good. On the spot, he was a bit shocked, but then, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Where can people find you?
You can find me on my Instagram, which is Lady RM. You can also find me on Twitter, one Renee Michelle.
Awesome. Renee Michelle, thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate your time. You've been a great guest. It's been nice picking your brains and finding out more information about you. Honestly, you've been a great guest.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Definitely look to have you on again very soon.
Yeah, of course. Let me know if you have any questions.
I will do. Take it easy.
You too, love.